All right, so let's start with the big story that we are tracking and WION at this hour, where President Joe Biden has undertaken his first official business trip outside of Washington since taking office. He travelled to Wisconsin on Tuesday, where he'll be holding a town hall with voters. Now, the president is going to largely make his case for the $1.9 trillion pandemic relief bill in the battleground state that helped secure his victory in last year's presidential election. The state, which is about 10 electoral college votes, had sided with the Democratic president over Donald Trump, the then Republican incumbent, by a pretty narrow margin in the November election.
I wanted to go up because there's a lot going on in Wisconsin. It's cold as the devil up there. They got a lot to deal with, and Anderson Cooper said he wanted to do a town hall up there, and I'm happy to do it. So thank you all. Stay warm.
Now, with the United States Senate having acquitted Donald Trump in the second impeachment trial on Saturday, the White House is eager to press ahead with Biden's agenda on the economy, fighting COVID-19, curbing climate change, and also addressing issues of racial inequality in American society. Now, since his COVID-19 stimulus package has not secured the support from any Republican senators, the president plans to take his proposal to the voters. By taking his pitch on the road and also fielding questions from Americans, the White House hopes to highlight the relief the plan would bring to all Americans. Now, Biden wants Congress to pass his $1.9 trillion pandemic relief bill in the coming weeks in order to get $1,400 stimulus checks out to Americans and also to bolster the unemployment payments. After Wisconsin, Joe Biden will be visiting Michigan, another political swing state, to see a Pfizer manufacturing site and also to talk to workers involved in making the company's COVID-19 vaccine. Its 16 electoral college votes had also contributed to Biden's electoral victory. All right, now to give us more insight in terms of what this visit is all about, we're joined in by our correspondent Jagriti Dave, who's joining us live from Washington, D.C. Jagriti, thank you very much indeed for joining us on this broadcast and WION. So this is an interesting sort of a trip that Joe Biden is embarking on. He wants to take his plan to the people and also to field question, as he puts it. What can we expect here?
Yeah, I think this is Joe Biden very much putting his $1.9 trillion stimulus plan directly to Americans to try to make the case for the proposals. We've got measures such as a new round of stimulus checks, which have proven to be popular. We've got hundreds of billions of dollars of funding for schools, for city and state governments, which is one of the points of contention between Democrats and Republicans. We've also got coronavirus testing funding and vaccine manufacturing and distribution plans as well, funding for that. And you know, one of the things you could argue is that this is, by making a pitch to the American people and by trying to persuade Americans and gain sort of support from the people, Joe Biden is potentially trying to use this as a way to persuade those Republicans who might be uncertain about backing this package. There is several polls out, interestingly, in recent weeks, which suggests that a majority of Americans actually do support Joe Biden's $1.9 trillion package. So this could be a way of trying to get some of that Republican support that he has been saying that he wants. Interestingly, he is said that he is willing to move ahead with his plan, even if Republicans don't support him. He did meet with a group of Republican senators who offered a slightly pared down version, but Joe Biden had said that he felt that was limited and was willing to press on ahead. And Democrats are looking to push through this legislation through special budgetary procedures, which means that the plan could pass through a simple majority rather than requiring 60 votes, which means they wouldn't need Republican support to get it through by a simple majority. But Democrats, Joe Biden cannot afford to lose a single Democratic vote, given the even split in the Senate. So some of those more right-leaning Democrats like Joe Manchin of West Virginia or Kristen Sinema of Arizona, he needs to keep them on side. And they've indicated that they aren't a big fan of the $15 minimum wage that has been mooted as part of this deal. So Joe Biden has said that that particular proposal might not make it into the package. So there's all of this kind of wrangling that's going on to the backdrop of Joe Biden's visit to Wisconsin.
Absolutely indeed, Jagriti. Do continue to stay on with this because I want you to weigh in on an interesting poll that has been conducted where ex-President Donald Trump, it appears, has emerged from his impeachment trial almost completely unscathed. This according to a new poll that's been conducted by Politico, and it says that Donald Trump remains the candidate of choice for the presidency from the Republican voters. If the 2024 Republican presidential primaries were to be held today, then Donald Trump will quite clearly be the favorite to win. Now, a majority of the Republican voters, which is about 54%, said that they would actually back Trump for the next election. Another 59% of them said that Donald Trump would play a major role in the Republican Party. And this recent survey was conducted during the aftermath of the Capitol insurrection and also the week-long impeachment trial. It's been released 3 days after Donald Trump's acquittal in his second impeachment trial. So let's compare the latest trend with another set of survey numbers that were conducted in the month of November and one that was conducted right after the Capitol riots. Now, compared with the survey that was conducted immediately after the 6th of January events, the share of GOP voters who said that Donald Trump should play a major role in the Republican Party has shown an upward trend, as it has increased by almost about 18% to 59%. In comparison, just about 17% people said that he should have no role to play at all, at odds with the expectation of some Republican officials such as Senator Lisa Murkowski from Alaska, that the trial would actually spell the end for Donald Trump. A share of Republicans has said that Donald Trump is at least somewhat responsible for the events that took place on the 6th of January, and this is down by about 14% to just about 27% from early January. 58% of the voters, including 52% of independents and nearly about 1 in 5 Republicans, have said that they approve of Donald Trump's impeachment, roughly matching the share who said the same after the House's 13th of January vote. Additionally, a total of 79% of the Republican voters have approved of the Senate's acquittal amidst the Republican lawmakers' attempts at distancing themselves from Donald Trump. And many party members who have left the party, and also the share of its voters who said that the GOP is heading in the right direction, has fallen by 5 points since immediately after the Capitol riot to just about 46%. Now, the poll is an indicator for many, and the results have proven to be in sharp contrast to what many people actually earlier believed.
That's right, we own it. We own you.
All right, now, Jagriti, this is an interesting bit of a poll because many people expected that after the 6th of January Capitol insurrection and also after the impeachment trial, perhaps Donald Trump may lose out on some of his support base. But that is clearly not the case, where it appears that most of the Republican voters still want Donald Trump to be their candidate of choice for the 2024 polls.
Yeah, I think these polls do indicate that Donald Trump really does still have a grip on the Republican Party. You know, there are some analysts who argue that his brand has been tarnished by the riot on January the 6th, and that his influence is likely to wane in the coming months over the coming year. There is an ABC Ipsos poll that shows over half of Americans, so this is Americans, not just Republicans, but over all Americans, over half of them say that President Trump should have been convicted in his impeachment trial. So whilst you know, the impeachment, his second impeachment, the riot in January the 6th has been a blow to Donald Trump, for the Republicans, those polls, that Politico Morning Consult poll, really does indicate that he does have still influence. He still retains influence within the Republican Party, and what you can see is this playing out now with, you know, in the last few hours, Donald Trump having released a statement where he has really taken aim at Mitch McConnell, the top Republican, calling him a dour, sullen, unsmiling political hack, and saying that the party will not win again if Republican senators continue to support him. So whether this is a genuine challenge to topple Senator McConnell, or whether this is just Donald Trump lashing out at the man who criticised him so sternly after having voted to acquit him, saying that Donald Trump was morally responsible for the riot on January the 6th. This is really an indication of the division within the Republican Party. Where do they go from here? Do they continue, step by step with Donald Trump, who's saying in this statement that he is going to back in the primaries, candidates who are part of who espouse the Make America Great Again movement that is Donald Trump's philosophy? Or do the Republican Party try to move away from Donald Trump, as Mitch McConnell has suggested the party should do? That is really the dilemma that is facing the Republican Party, which could cause a major rift going forward.
All right, we'll have to leave it there. Thank you very much indeed, Japrati, for joining us and getting us all those updates there.